Hey folks, welcome back. I'm Aaron. This is episode 10 of Let's Play Stellar Sovereigns. In our last episode, I did take a little bit of time and was trying to explain a bit more about how the trade routes worked. And there were some numbers that just didn't seem like they were adding up. So I've got a little better explanation of that now. I'll dig into that real quick here. So the way that the trade routes work is that you have a certain amount of capacity that your freighters can provide. In this case, these three freighters are providing 69,706 units of capacity. And I currently have then on the other side of things, you have demand. And the demand here is based on the planet or the system that you're going to. So we have one planet in Elonius, and that's Elonius 1, and their demand is 4,721. It looks like it's 11.3% of the demand there. So the higher the demand, the more trade goods you need to satisfy that demand to keep the trade approval up, and the more money that you can potentially make. So for each leg, you'll have a certain amount of transport. So like for the leg here from Elonius to Virgo, we have a total of 12,000 capacity, which means that we can send 12,000 units from Elonius to Virgo, as well as here we can see that Virgo 3 has a demand of 2,654, which is 6.5%. So that's pretty much like the overview of how it works, but where it gets kind of interesting is when we are wanting to export goods or import goods that are more than like one step away. Because in situations like that, the leg that has the least amount of transport capacity is what's going to be used to determine how much cargo we can send back to here. So if I go to Xantu Prime and I try to do an import, you can see that stuff coming from Virgo, I have a max capacity of 12,000, whereas stuff coming from Elonius, I have a max capacity of 65,706. So that means that as I send capacity from, or goods from Virgo 3 to Elonius to Xanthu, it will reduce the transport capacity, excuse me, from Virgo 3 to Elonius by the total units that I decide to send. And then it will also deplete the transport capacity from Elonius to Xanthu for the same number of units that I'm sending. So it's kind of also worth noting here that imports and exports are based on your total capacity. So you can send, say here, 12,000 units to one planet. That 12,000 units will then mean that there is no transport capacity for the domestic goods that are required here, which means by using up all of your transport capacity, you will reduce your trade approval to like a -1. It's definitely means that you've got less capacity if you want to satisfy the demand here. If you want to have enough overage, like for example, we know that like we're currently creating 74,635 trade goods per turn. Our demand is much lower than that. But if we max out our transport capacity, and it shows here this little square that we have one that we still need to be able to max that out, what that will do is it will allow us to cascade those trade goods more easily across the rest of the trade route. Okay. So, moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at where we are. We are over here. We're just getting ready to investigate this wreck, see what it is. While I'm also here, I'm going to go ahead and have the Artemis do a survey as well. Let's see. we'll wait and see if this mining fleet decides to continue. If it does, we'll try to eliminate it, which will hopefully cause the star hierarchy to fear us a bit more. We'll also be able to now send the third fleet. Let's go ahead and have the third fleet start. I want to go over here because I'm pretty sure that's another planet that's owned by this empire, the last Dominion. They're kind of friendly with us, so I think that might be a good one to go towards. We've also established our colony on Koi 2. I'm going to do something a little different here with this one. Normally I'd go ahead and try to build this up manually, but I'm going to go ahead and use the governor. To do that, we're going to leave the governor on the balanced, which is just going to basically try to meet the needs of the different sectors here. And I'm going to go ahead and move it to 100%. 100% means that nothing is going to happen because the governor won't actually spend money it doesn't have unless you allow it to go into debt by clicking up here. This 100% means that it will use 100% of the tax income of this colony, which right now is pretty much nothing. So it's not really going to be doing anything helpful for us. It's not going to be able to build anything because of that, which means that as this colony population increases, we're eventually going to max out where we are. And when we max that out, we're going to start running into issues with growth. We'll be having unemployment, so we'll be recruiting military personnel. We'll probably get more pioneers happening, and it's just not going to be great for us. So instead, we can say this is going to be 200,000 or 100% plus. That means it can use 100% of the colony income plus some of the money from your empire that you're gaining each turn to pay for the development costs on these planets. It's not going to do a great job of doing anything to like get us ahead so that we can transfer in new colonists much more quickly. But it will at least kind of slowly build the colony for us. We won't have to really think too much about it. If you go higher, you can see that it will give it more and more cash to be able to do stuff. And as it has that cash, it will utilize more of the construction capacity. Right now, it's trying to build more capacity for us. And I think it's doing that because it anticipates that we'll need that capacity to be able to build up these other sectors over time. So I will leave it at 100 plus. It won't actually use the 200,000 unless it needs to do something, or it won't use the budget unless it actually needs to do something. So right now it is, and it's using 200,000 to do that. If we come up here, you can see we've got a lot of income right now, and that's due to the state fair that's happening on Xanthu Prime. Let's go ahead and boost that a little bit more. So I'm going to do cultural enterprises as well. You can see that boosted our tax rate again, and I'll up that slightly. So what we're looking at here is the cultural enterprise is increasing the population growth as well as the taxation factor, whereas this is also increasing it. So it looks like we've got maybe a 7% taxation factor boost, which is significantly boosting our tax income on this planet. It's also pretty sizably increasing our population growth, so we are probably going to want to go ahead and manage that by increasing our available development here for the housing sector. Okay. We've also finished out with the quarry fleet, getting that wreckage. So let's see what else we have to survey. So looks like we've still got some stuff here on Virgo and 3. So we're dead. Let's go ahead and finish out Virgo. And then we've got our next mining flotilla. Koi, I believe we've completely finished out now. So leave that alone. row we've also finished out, at least for as far as we care to do at the moment. So let's see what other areas we've not yet been to that we can send a fleet off to finish surveying. So we know there's a machine fleet there. I'm going to send this guy over to, looks like Kibos. And the goal here is not to really do a lot of mining. It's more to go ahead and do the surveying that we need um, to try to get some more of that tech and some other stuff. So, okay. Compute crystal's coming in okay. A little, not too great, but it's coming okay. One thing that we can do, since we do have a lot of capacity, I'm going to go ahead and burn some consumerism or some of my political capital here to boost consumerism. And what that's going to do is it's going to increase the demand by 0.5% per turn, which will help bring in more cash in time and use more of our transport capacity here and the trade goods that we're creating. Okay, we finished environmental tailoring. So that puts us in a good spot with some of these um, planets that have very bad population growth modifiers. I think now what we're going to want to do is start in on our mining sensor improvements. Those mining sensor improvements will help us like get more resources and get them more quickly as well. So okay, I'm also gonna I'm gonna make another fleet with the Apollo and send that fleet over here real quick to Alonius. Looks like they've managed to get another derelict. This is a derelict ship. It's pretty heavily damaged, but it's going to be a good one. It gives them a fleet-wide shield, kind of like an umbrella shield. Yep, that is definitely their second planet. So let's head over this way. First stage investigation is done. Okay, our population growth has decreased a lot, so we can go ahead and reduce the costs here a little bit. I'll boost that again. We have quite a few colonists, so I'm going to go ahead and drop them over here. And we're going to increase the overall agricultural sector now that we're getting close to 95% utilization for the industrial sector here. We've got another gift coming in from the First League. Okay, it looks like there's a fleet here. I'm not sure what that fleet is. Oops. Let's go ahead and see. That's interesting. I can't see what that is from this distance. We may lose this mining flotilla if I'm not careful. Okay, we'll just keep moving. Okay, so we have another sectoid fleet here. I am really going to have to do something about these sectoid fleets. They are getting to be a little bit problematic. Unfortunately, when I tell this group here to leave this planet, what we're going to have happen is they're probably going to try to chase me down, so let's hope that doesn't happen. We have a trade station created now here in Virgo. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get several transports built here. So we get about 5 of those done, and then once they're done, we'll go ahead and try to get the this linked up. Fortunately, our research bonus is pretty slow right now. I'll have to think a little bit about how to improve that. Okay, we're using a lot of political capital from our consumerism boost, and you can see that we have boosted that a couple of percentage points. It's still not quite getting us to a place where I think we're going to make a lot of money. Like we're still making only 30,000 with 13% tariff. So it's not really worth that yet. We have to get these numbers considerably higher before we actually get any significant income from our trade routes. Looks like we have... Oh, we've changed their governance. I'll go ahead and raise them again. The First League wants to have a trade route, so I think I'm going to agree to that. That will help us, and then we are also getting some funds there. Okay, now I need to figure out where exactly the First League's planets are, since I only can see really our planets. we're doing here. I seem to have forgotten to set them up, so we'll go ahead and do that now. I'm going to move these colonists over here. I think now we are at a place where we're going to want to boost this. So a mega refinery will boost the planetary mining output. We'll go ahead and do that. That'll help us there. Next, I think I want to look into boosting our research capabilities. We have plenty of points, so let's see if there's a government type that'll help us here. We're currently on communism. Or, yeah. No, we're currently on socialism. We could go to communism. It'll reduce our income. Meritocracy might be a good one too. It's effectively the same change as communism, but it means that the chance of research accidents are reduced to 0. That could be helpful too. But that'll shift our alignment in a way that I'm not sure we want to go to. Okay. Let's try to boost high education. We are going to boost adept agrarians. And let's boost master shipwrights to kind of reduce that a little bit. That's moving us up here on the political spectrum, so let's move ourselves down a little bit with the xenobiologists. And we'll do meticulous scientists to reduce costs slightly. See how that lands us. Okay, we're still down here. This is going along pretty good. I think I'm going to try to back off on continuing our industrial sector. And I'm going to significantly boost our R&D sector. Since we've got a pretty good research bonus, I think that might help boost our overall research bonus here as and we'll be able to afford the R&D district, so I'm going to go ahead and build that. We're pretty close on our income, so I think the next thing we're going to want to do Hmm. I think I'll hold off on that for now. I think instead what I'm going to want to do is start getting some defenses on some of our planets. So let's see. At the very least, get some defense defense platforms up here. They're not very powerful, but they'll, at least do something. Okay. Another signature detected down here. I'm curious what that is. Let's see how we're doing. Looks like one turn left. Oh good, the sectoids didn't bother to chase us. Oh, there we go. Here's our trade route. Looks like set up to our friends here. So we'll go to our foreign trade routes. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. They want a lot of transports for all the goods that we can give them. And this will actually, they want 141,000. So it's a good possibility we'll be able to significantly boost our income here with this trade route as long as we can maintain it and keep the pirates off of it. We got nutritious crop. Got some auxiliary generator, another nutritious crop. So that's good. We'll go ahead and set the Hades to finish out this planet, and then we'll start in on the asteroid. Looks like we'll have 6 turns before we can recover that ship. So we'll go ahead and have the Artemis complete the star analysis here. And looks like we've arrived at Uxor, which doesn't have anything super useful. But there is another ship, a few other things, so we'll stick around here and continue to kind of do some looking around. I'm going to keep putting some of the transports we're getting here to kind of boost that as much as we can. So I think, not quite arrived here. Yet with the Apollo. So once the Apollo gets here, Revelation Core gets here, then we can see if we can go ahead and explore a little bit with the... We've got a good number of colonists again, more freighters being constructed. More important at this point to get them on the foreign trade route than it is to get them on the local trade routes. Diplomatic relations do suffer a little bit here as opposed to our approval within our empire. So we'll go ahead and see where we are at. Looks like we still have a few more freighters to get done there. Revelation Core should now be here. Since it's here, we go ahead, and I just wanted to do this real quick because I wanted to bring up that because it's an escort, it can't actually do any of the surveying. You can see what can do it. So it has to be a capital, a colony arc, mining mothership, looks like a research station or a colony in the planet are the options here. And since we don't have any of those, we can't really do anything. So while it's good to you can split your fleets up and you can kind of send them in different directions to scout pretty early in the game. You can't do a lot of actual exploration or surveying, which is where you get a lot of the biggest benefits. I think we're about to get hit with another pirate fleet there. Okay, I'm going to move these colonists over to Virgo. And then I think we'll advance, and that will probably be a good place to end this episode. Interesting. Not sure why that's not showing up yet. I should be able to, I should be close enough, I think, to be able to see who they are. Looks like we got a little bit of resources, nothing else. So we'll go ahead and reassign the Hades to finding out what's going on with the asteroid in the system. Okay, we have finished our research there as well, and I think that this is a good spot to end this episode. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.